Hi, and welcome to my next Let's Play. I already announced it in Super Mario 64, so I'm not going to wait for it to load. This is Pokemon Red. We get to be treated to a Pokemon battle right out the gate between Gengar and I believe it's Nidorina. Can't remember if it's Nidorina or Nidorino. But we're going to start with Red version. Go ahead and just start a new game. Hello there. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for fights. Myself, I study Pokemon as a professional, or a profession. First, what's your name? We're just gonna go with Red, because unoriginal. Right, so your name is Red. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were a baby. What's his name again? We're gonna go with Blue. What's his name again? What's his name again? That's right, I remember now. His name is Blue. Red. Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. So I didn't mention it. That opening fight scene, if I remember correctly, in Pokemon Blue, it's the other way around. It's the Nidorina on this side of the screen and the Gengar on the other. Red is playing the SNES. Okay, it's time to go. I'm playing on a Game Boy, Super Game Boy player, which I had it set for, you have different choices for backgrounds. I did have it set for the Game Boy, so I'm not sure why it changed it back. Let's go with the movie theater, actually. So the first thing we're going to do is come over here to the PC and check Twitter. No good news. Nothing new, nothing worth paying attention to. Okay, I guess we'll just take that potion and leave. We go downstairs, talk to our mom, because that's, the decent thing to do. All boys leave home someday. It is said so on TV. Professor Oak next door is looking for you. Okay, I guess we better go see what Oak wants. Well, he ain't here. Well, this is an Oak. Yo! Red, Gramps isn't around. Okay. Well, I guess we gotta look for him. So I'm not gonna, run around talking to everybody or anything like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and progress the story. Hey, wait, don't go out. It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. Oh, he's taking us back to the lab. Gonna do an experiment. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Blue, let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Yeah, you're just as absent-minded as ever, aren't you, Professor? Just wait. Here, Red. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha! You're inside the Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. In my old age, I have only 3 left. But you can have one. Choose. Hey, Gramps. What about me? Be patient, Blue. You have to choose the one that's the foil to ours. You can have one too. Alright, so I was thinking about it. I usually go with Squirtle, but I don't want to do Squirtle this time around. The Pokemon you choose right here determine the difficulty of the game in the beginning, and closer to the end it doesn't really matter, but the first 3 gyms, it affects the difficulty. I want to go with Charmander. That's Bulbasaur, so we're not going to go with this one either. So it's Bulbasaur's easy mode. Squirtle is medium difficulty, and Charmander is hard mode. So I'm going to go with Charmander. I'm going to name him super energetic, so I'm going to name him something. And I'm going to name him Sizzler. And then he's going to run over and grab Squirtle, because Squirtle is like strong against, you know, Charmander, because it's water versus fire type. He's going to take that one. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to read everybody's dialogue as usual. I'll start off doing it, but then like I might not. And so Oak is like, if a wild Pokemon appears, your Pokemon can fight against it. Blue is like, my Pokemon looks a lot stronger than yours. And so you try to leave. He's like, wait a minute. Let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Come on. So we'll do battle 1. You can, if you want to in this fight, you can just attack straight out or use Growl. I'm going to use Growl a few times. I got the potion. It's not a big deal. Growl lowers attack. Leer lowers defense. I think Squirtle also has Growl. And I think Bulbasaur has Leer. I can't remember. But say every time we use Growl, it gets a little bit weaker. And Pokemon has always allowed you to use an item before your opponent's turn, so I think I could take, unless he gets a critical, I should be able to do like one more hit. If I remember correctly, critical attacks are based on speed stat in this one. I don't remember what it is based on other ones. But if you have the potion, like, you can fairly easily just, not have to deal with... losing. So he used which one did he use? Oh yeah, he used Tail Whip. That's right. He has Tail Whip, and Bulbasaur and Charmander have Growl to start with. What? Unbelievable. I picked the wrong Pokemon. You can always give it to me and you could take Bulbasaur. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon fight to toughen it up. Gramps, smell you later. I don't think he has anything of note to say. Raise your young Pokemon to make him fight. Cool. So, we're not able to catch Pokemon until we go to the next town and we do a quick, it's not really a side quest because you actually have to do it. So this guy works at the Pokemart. He's going to give me a free sample of a potion. Free sample. Here we go. Potions. Great. Potion seller. But yeah, so we can't catch Pokemon yet, but we sure can at least train our Pokemon. So, I'm going to take this opportunity to, beat up on this Pidgey. Being 3 levels ahead, we should just be able to, knock it out without much of an issue. But this is basically how most of the level grinding is going to work in this game, is you either fight wild Pokemon or you fight trainers, and there's plenty of opportunities to fight trainers. So most of the level grinding is probably going to be done by fighting other trainers. One of the things that's pretty cool about the Super Game Boy player is that, they have color palettes for certain games that were made. If you were to play this on the actual Game Boy if you play it on the actual Game Boy, it's going to be in black and white. But if you play it on the Game Boy Color, it's going to look like this. Everything's going to have like a red tint to it. Which I'm tempted to play with it that way because, to be honest, the multicolor is kind of hurting my eyes a little bit. Just a little bright. Doesn't look too bad on the recording, but on the TV, maybe I'll need to turn my brightness down in between episodes or something like that. But, so yeah, the Game Boy player has the ability to change the color palette where, you know, it was just everything was tinted red, and on blue version, everything's tinted blue. You know, get the Pokemon Centers. I mean, most people know what Pokemon is, so like I don't really feel too compelled to explain everything. But if you've never heard of Pokemon before, and for some reason this is your first experience with it, like Pokemon Centers are like the inns. You go there to sleep and recharge Pokemon. So you go to the Pokemart. And the guy behind the counter asks us if we came from Pallet Town, and he's like, he's got a package for Professor Oak, and he decides he doesn't want to take it, so instead he makes us take it. If I remember correctly, we can't even buy items yet, so we can't even buy Pokeballs yet. And there's a reason for that, because we can't catch Pokemon yet. Because our, you know, the fruits of our labor when it comes to this, like, task, like, we earn the Pokedex, which is an encyclopedia of Pokemon, you know? So, we haven't really technically started our journey yet, so catching a Pokemon now, it doesn't make any sense, you know? Oh, Red! How is my old Pokemon? It feels like it's only been like 5 minutes. Well, it seems to like you a lot. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What? You have something for me. Red delivered Oak's parcel. Ah. This is the custom Pokeball I ordered. Thank you. Gramps! What did you call me for? Oh, right. I have a request of you two. Couldn't have given it to you earlier. I don't know why I made you go do something else. But on the desk there is my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Red and blue. Take these with you. I got the Pokedex. I wonder how much longer it's going to be before, like, cell phones are going to be able... I don't know if they already do this, where you can, like, point the camera at something and it tells you what it is. I know there was an anime called Eden of the East, which is really, I think, really far, like, really difficult to find, like, to watch. I could be, like, misremembering. But it was an anime that came out about, like, 10 years or so ago, and it was literally, like... The concept was they made a computer program called Eden, I think it was. And it was for, like, cell phones, but it was the flip-top phones, and you could point it at something. And if you didn't know what it was or what it was called, you could point it at something. So, like, if there was a tire, you can point the camera at the tire and it'll tell you that it's called a tire. But if it was something that you knew what it was called and nobody had logged it in yet, you could log in with what it was called. It was pretty cool. Surprised nobody's like really done much of anything with that yet. If they have, I haven't heard of it. To make a complete guide of all Pokemon in the world. That was my dream. But I'm too old, and they keep coming up with, 1 to 200 extra ones every couple years. I'm too old. I want you to fill out my Pokedex and complete my dream. Get moving, you two. This is an undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps, leave it to me. I'll do all of it. I hate to say it, but I don't need you. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, Red. Ha ha ha. You gotta love the fact that he's got his own little theme music. It's like a nice little touch that from the original, and I think they still do have their own little music, but like, yeah, you just come to her and you ask her about it, and like, she'll be like, oh yeah, he told you to do something for him. All right, here's a town map. So we got the town map. You don't really need it. What you basically do with it is you just open it and it just shows you, like, literally it's all the towns and stuff in the Kanto region. But you don't really need it because, like, it's not super complicated, Pokemon Red. Like, you're pretty much going to be, like, funneled where you need to go. Surprised I didn't get attacked. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because, like, I'm going to catch a Pokemon or two. But, like, the thing is that I'm not really planning on catching, like, every Pokemon I see. I'm only going to catch the ones that I really need. I need to catch at least 10, because I'm going to need to get the, you don't sell potions here? I thought, why would they give you why would they give you a potion, like, sample if they don't even sell potions? That's weird. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to buy some antidotes now that I think about it, because that's going to be useful here in a bit. Antidotes, we'll grab 6 of them, because why not? But, as I was saying, I'm not going to catch every Pokemon I see. Mainly because, like, I have a specific idea of what team I want. So you could come over here and there's another fight with Blue, but I'm not going to fight him just yet. I don't remember how far you have to get away before the fight no longer works. But if you continue up there, you get into a fight with Blue. I'm hoping to catch a, like, Nidorina or Nidorino. Or Nidoran. Okay, so we got Nidoran female. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and go for this one. But right, I want to get some levels before I fight Blue. Because I don't want him to just, you know, this is one of the times when, like, you can actually lose against Blue and it doesn't really matter. But, like, who wants to lose against Blue? Like, later on, like, they won't let you progress if you haven't already beat him. So, yes, I want to name this one. Let me make sure I have enough space to name it when I want to name it. Let me make sure I'm spelling it correctly, too. Perfect. I think that's just enough. So I want to name this one Pincushion. Alright, I'm going to go heal that one at the Pokemon Center, and I'm going to see about either catching a Pidgey or a Rattata. I would hope to catch a Pidgey. Just simply because, like, you know, there aren't very many flying types in this game that are actually that great in the Pokemon Red. But, you know, Pidgey's actually pretty useful, especially when we get Fly. So I'm just going to come down here and see if I can grab a Pidgey real quick. That's Rattata. So what we're going to do is, you know, use it for, like, leveling. And then in between episodes, because we're coming up to the end of episode 1, I think I'm going to do some training off, you know, in between videos. I'm going to do some training so that, like, I can be, like, prepared enough to take on Gary. or blue. And there's no telling how long that's going to take. Probably going to take about like 20-30 minutes, I think. So I want to get all my Pokemon up to around level 8 or so. See if I can catch this Pidgey at this level. Cool. Now what do I want to name this Pidgey? Let's see. I'm gonna name it Bird Brain. I wanted to name it Featherhead, but I don't think there's enough for Featherhead, but I think there might be enough for Bird Brain. Yeah, it looks like there's just enough for Bird Brain. Okay, so I'm gonna heal up at the Pokemon Center, and then I'm going to level in between episodes. And then when we get back, I will start with that fight. I appreciate you watching the video. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day/night.